born in Long Beach, California, and as I understand it, my folks moved down here to San Diego a few months later. I was born August 21st, 1940, and then World War II broke out. My dad was in the Marine Corps, career Marine. He played football. He would have been given a scholarship today because he was a great football player. He actually toured with the Chicago Bears in 1932 when they toured the United States to popularize pro football. He got out of the Marine Corps for a few months, but had to go back in. Childhood depression. My mom had been in some silent movies and done some stuff in Hollywood. My dad met her, and so I was born 2 years after they were married, and my sister was born in 1944. As a matter of fact, it was that year I saw my dad come back home from World War II, and I didn't know who he was. And you can see that picture out there. I'm on that sidewalk. That's the house right behind me is where we lived then. And so I went to school down here in Mission Beach Elementary 3 different times because my dad he'd get stationed away, and then while we were waiting for naval housing to come in, we'd always live here on the beach area. My dad loved it. And so I went to Horace Mann Junior High School after my dad bought a house out by San Diego State for $12,500. The first, the GI Bill type of house. And we had to put in our own lawns and stuff like that. I remember my dad coming home one time and he said, "Okay, we got a problem." "What's that?" He said, "We got some Dagos living next door." The Dagos were a nice Italian family. My dad changed his mind when he found out the guy was a Marine in World War II. And he'd been from Chicago, and his choice was either become a mafia guy, a hitman, or join the Marine Corps. He joined the Marine Corps, had a great family. John Cosentino went on to coach basketball here in school at USD and I think University High School. And I taught him everything he knew. "Johnny, you ever listen to this? Johnny, who taught you how to play basketball, huh? Who gave you your first basketball?" So any event, my dad got transferred to Hawaii when I was 14, went to Puno School over there on a scholarship, played ball out there, went there for 2 years, came back, and then I went to Hoover High School, graduated from Hoover in 58, went to San Diego State, became a Sigma Chi, and I played basketball out there my first two years. I was captain of the freshman team in my freshman year, and sophomore I was like about 9th and 10th man, probably the best in the team, and I hoped to get to be at least the 6th man in my junior year, but things didn't work out that way, so I quit playing basketball. And then I didn't get cut by the team. As a matter of fact, I would have played. I would have made the team. I just quit. And my dad was the acting athletic director at San Diego State at that time. He went on to hire, I actually heard his conversation with Don Coryell when he hired Don Coryell. I said, "Dad, who are you talking to?" And he said, "Well, this is backfield coach at USC, and he's going to come on down here and he can bring a bunch of his ball players." And he did. So Don Coryell was proud of my dad, and the old guys all knew it here in San Diego. Then after I graduated from college, I waited 6 months for Bob Larson, who went on to be the track coach at UCLA for 25 years and coached the Olympic team. And Thad Sigler and we had a place right here in Mission Beach. We all lived in the beach area in those days. And we lived together, and then we went to Ireland. We went to Europe together. That's on a German ship out of March of 62. No, that was March of 63. And came back, we spent 6 months in Europe on $1,700. And that included $150 I spent for a suit in London, which I heard I had to get, and it was hand-tailored and everything, yeah. So in any event, when I came on back, I went to law school at Berkeley, and after law school, because I got pissed off at all the anti-war crap that was going on, that was the start of one of the worst sagas of American history as far as I'm concerned. Bad mouthing of our troops and booing the American flag and burning it. Except I joined the Marine Corps as an infantry guy. I refused to be a lawyer. I went on to Vietnam, and I served in Vietnam, and then I came home and stationed at MCRD, and when I got out, I started practicing law with a guy by the name of Bill McAdam. Good man, good Irish guy, and I think he was a member of the Friendly Sons. But he became a judge later on, so he had to back off. And later on, the judges could not become members of our group openly, at least the Superior Court judges, because there was rules against women being a member of our group and stuff like that. And those type of things are supposed to be off limits for judges and people like that, which is baloney. And no, women should never be a member of our group. No self-respecting woman would ever want to be a member of our group. So in any event, I practiced law, and I gradually became a senior partner of my law firm and had a reputation of just trying lawsuits. I was a trial lawyer. And then I stayed in the Marine Corps Reserve, and the highlight of my Marine experience was being called back to active duty as commanding general at Camp Pendleton. That's all. The other generals had to leave to go fight a war, and they wouldn't take me, so I just stayed at home here and kicking myself in the butt for not going over there and fighting. But in any event, they did a great job. They came on back, and then I was released from active duty, and I just went back to practicing law. And life, now I'm retired, living here in Mission Beach.